And welcome in to the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller here. Are we having fun yet? Wow, you guys, I'll tell you what, this has absolutely been amazing to watch. In the context of Saturn and Pluto, and in the context of Uranus, Venus in Taurus. Let's do a quick recap. Most of the astrological activity of this whole week happened yesterday. Full moon, Mercury stationing direct. Yay! At least Mercury is back in direct motion now. It will move into Pisces a week from yesterday. When we are sleeping from Sunday night going into Monday morning, Mercury will be moving into Pisces. The next big movement will be Saturn moving into Aquarius. That's March 22nd. Everything else, Mars will not be changing signs anytime soon. Venus now will be moving into Gemini. That happens the first couple of days of April. So no planetary energetic changes the rest of this week. Mercury will be next. So we follow the moon. And yesterday's moon was in Virgo. And boy, we talked yesterday about that semi-square to the conjunction of Venus and Uranus right there in Taurus. Wow! I mean, to put this in perspective, the market crash of 1987, which I clearly remember, Black Monday, the market crashed 506 points, but the Dow was only at 2,400 points. I mean, that was the whole market. I mean, that's almost how much it dropped yesterday just by itself. And by the way, if you go back and look at the chart of that day, none of the planets that are in positions today were there. There was nothing in Taurus. Pluto was in Scorpio. Saturn was in Sagittarius. Neptune was in Capricorn. And the market blew. Was the chart involved in that, or were just economics involved in that, and a very overheated market? Well, what we have today is something governed by Saturn Pluto. And we've been talking about this, so much. And I tell you, I've been pontificating myself, wondering if I've been a little bit not negative enough on here. But that's just not my style, and that's obviously not what you want to listen to. But we are living in ominous times. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Please fasten your seatbelt. We could be encountering some turbulence. I mean, it's like, oi. And all of the energies are there. I mean, Uranus moves into Taurus. We look back, what happened the last time this occurred. The whole U.S. financial system had been shaken by the U.S. Depression, by the Great Depression, and there was a complete change in the U.S. financial system's structure. That happened under Uranus and Taurus. We go back, Saturn, Pluto, we've talked about that so much I don't even want to mention it again, but a lot of massive societal changes. And we'll get reprieves of this. This will lighten up. Coronavirus will eventually be something in the rearview mirror. But we have this major transformational energy moving into Aquarius, which is the sign of social change. That's in place until the mid-2040s. And as I sit here and look at this, something dawns on me. None of these major themes are going to change anytime soon. What do we mean by that? Saturn does move off into Aquarius eventually. Now, it's going to come back and dance most of this year back into Capricorn. So for this year, it's pretty much a Saturn, Pluto, Capricorn theme. Neptune, which takes 164 years to go around the chart, will be in Pisces for another 5. Uranus will be in Taurus for another 5. And then once we finally kind of get released from that, Pluto will solidly be in Aquarius. Major social changes. Now, I don't know where this is going, obviously. We've been through market crashes before. We went through one 12 years ago when Jupiter, by the way, was in Capricorn. Everybody wants to point that out. Nobody wants to point out the time before that in around 1995 when really basically nothing happened. But, it is there, and it is a challenge position. It is a challenged position for Jupiter to be in Capricorn, especially with Saturn and Pluto sitting right next door. But, we've been through a lot of challenges in this country. I mean, think about the darkness around and after 9/11, the extended, protracted Vietnam War, the effect on every man, woman, and child of World War II. So whatever this is, and however far and deep it goes, we will survive. And as we look at the history of Saturn and Pluto together, we see dramatic improvements after the shakeup. But these big themes are definitely in place and are staying in place for a long time. So we're going to be dealing with charts dominated by these major energies. And then really we're dancing the rest of the faster moving planets around those big themes. Wow. I really hadn't noticed that, or hadn't just popped. But boy, did it pop now. And we'll see how all of that plays out. Hey, thanks for listening. Have a good Tuesday. Just hold the faith. Hold the faith. Take it one day at a time. And fasten your seatbelt. All right? We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.